She stood perfectly still while the officer's hand disappeared into her handbag, the ballroom's chandeliers throwing fractured light across her face like broken promises. 100 eyes clung to her, some curious, some amused, a few annoyed that their charity dinner had turned into a spectacle. The silver cutlery trembled against porcelain, a violinist stopped mid-note and pretended to tune. The manager, who had snapped his fingers for security, leaned on the back of a chair, smiling like a man certain the trap he set would snap shut. Beside the officer, a woman in a navy blazer watched every movement with clinical focus. And the woman at the center, the one in the deep blue dress, held her breath, her gaze steady, as if she'd practiced for a moment like this and wished she'd never needed to. Before we continue, if you're watching us for the first time, Elliot Stories welcomes you with a warm hug. This is where real-life style stories meet heart, justice, and jaw-dropping twists. Smash that subscribe, like, and share button, drop your city in the comments so we can shout you out, and stay to the end because you won't believe where this goes. The officer said quietly. I'm going to remove items one by one and show them to you. Please confirm if they're yours. Her voice didn't shake. They're all mine. He pulled out a card holder, a folded silk scarf, a room key in a leather sleeve, and a small silver brooch shaped like an olive branch. The manager craned his neck as if the truth lived at the bottom of the bag. The crowd whispered, little waves at the edge of a storm. I did not ask for this, the woman in blue murmured. You asked to be treated like any guest, the manager replied. And this is how we treat guests who trip alarms. What alarm? She asked. He tapped a small black device on the banquet table. That one. It pings when a high-value item leaves the boutique unpaid. The officer paused. Sir, where is the complaint in writing? 3 separate calls to the desk, the manager said, jaw tight. Necklace missing. Boutique owner says it's this evening's display piece, from the boardroom sponsorship. The woman in blue tilted her head. For a second, something flickered behind her calm. Fatigue, maybe, or the memory of a long day that began before sunrise. She looked across the room toward the staff doors. A pastry chef in a paper hat stared back, nervous. A bellhop had frozen with a tray of sparkling water, the glasses shivering like tiny earthquakes. The officer reached in again, his fingers closing around a hard shape. He drew out a velvet case. The crowd sucked in a collective breath. The manager's smile sharpened. There we are. Open it, she said. The lid clicked. Inside, nestled in satin, lay an emerald necklace, too green, too loud for a night that already had a heartbeat of its own. A whisper rippled through the room. The woman in the navy blazer glanced at the officer, then at the manager. The manager spread his hands. We value all our patrons, but theft is. Who said I was a patron? The woman in blue asked. Someone laughed, quick and brittle,